Hola.
Hello. Good afternoon. My name is Antonio Oliva. I am the manager of I+D New Growing System company in Almeria. And I want to talk a little bit about what's going to happen on Friday so that you know a lot about advanced technology in the field of hydroponic crops. For 20 years we have used an NGS system, hydroponic system. The system itself is several plastic layers, different layers, and what we want with that is to generate a pure hydroponic system, or a recirculating one with substrate if we want, with a small quantity between the first and second layer. But we can use this NGS system with different plastic layers which are placed according to the kind of crop, whether it's a small crop like strawberry or lettuce, it's 3 layers. If it's a higher rank, we would have tomato or pepper, that would be 4 layers like it's in this case. The important thing is to generate within every layer. There's a specific design so that nutritional solution and water falls from one layer to another one, so that there are small jumps from one layer to the other one. And these are called, it's like a cascade or waterfall effect, which will generate a self-oxygenation of the nutritional solution, and the plant can absorb those fertilizers more easily. In this case, if you see, the design of the layers is different according to each kind of crop. The size of the rooting system, the quantity of oxygen, the humidity required, etc. And they are pre-linked. In this case, white would be the outer layer to reflect radiation and have a non-heatable system, opaque to the light, and ultraviolet in the inside to avoid the appearance of algae or any other kind of pathology. With INR regulations and 2001 ISO, we have these 3 layers, and that's what we use for a small size crop, for example lettuce. We use every 10 centimeters, whether it's a bigger lettuce or a smallest one. But it just has 3 layers, approximately 16 centimeters wide by 14 centimeters long. As you can see, that this would be a crop in this system. We can use it for another kind of crop, for strawberries, for example. That would be wider, and we would have 2 lines every 20 centimeters, one plant to the other, and that system is significant because we're having something like 200,000 or 300,000 plants per hectare, and traditionally we would just have 60,000 plants. So what NGS does, apart from saving water, fertilizer, etc., it is maximizing production and lowering the cost per square meter. In the case of the strawberries, this is 3 layers, and it's a dual multiband, because we have 2 lines of strawberry in the same multiband. One of the projects would be this one. We have projects like this one, where in the strawberry line, they are hanging like this. So 1 line yes, 1 line no. So and then you just collect it, and then the line goes back to its initial state. They're all balanced, and we're using something like 200,000 plants per hectare. If we go to a higher rank crop, for example tomato, zucchini, watermelon, we go from 14 to 23 centimeters high and 16 centimeters wide. But as I said before, this cascade or waterfall effect, every 40 centimeters the water is falling from one layer to the other one. So the nutrient solution is self-oxygenated and it has a bigger capacity of captation. This would be this kind of system with tomato. Why is NGS more productive? Because thanks to the design of the system, it's soilless. So I'm not worried about the soil if it's depleted or if it's got phytosanitary problems. It is more productive because the hydration curve is much lower. I can modify the risk as there is no substrate in the system. There's just water. I can modify the risk at will. So we're closer to the optimal potential. This would be the yellow line. With NGS, that's a red one. We can get closer, but much more than soil-bound productions where there is a stress because of the lack of water or the excess of water. So the plant grows quicker and more successfully. If we have a look at this multiband, the root starts to grow. Every 40 centimeters it falls. We oblige it to go down to the second layer, 40 centimeters, and then it falls back again onto the third layer. So there's this, we make this radicular system longer. This root system is longer and it has a greater capacity for absorption. So this NGS system gives us the possibility of developing the highest genetical development of the crop because of the design of the system itself. So if you have the capacity of 2 meters for a root in a tomato in this system, NGS, it's going to get to that length. So it's going to offer us this extra possibility for the plant to accommodate better to the problems related to stress with the lack of heat, with the excess heat, lack of water, excess water, etc. It's a very powerful system for a bigger production. This is the NGS band. I need a 2% slide, and so that the water is falling easily with very short irrigation courses for the plant to be oxygenated and go back to the drainage deposit. So it's recirculating, if you want to call it that. So I'm going to save water and fertilizers at about 30% if we compare it with substrate or soil-bound system. This is how you see the NGS line with this drainage collector. Outside layers are thicker because, and I can use a system for 3 years, although it will be used for 6 or 7 years, and then the different layers here where I put these drip tape. So I hydrate the first layer, but the water doesn't stay there. It just hydrates the root and it doesn't stay there clogged. It just goes deeper into the other layers. Well, we haven't got time for anything else. If you're coming on Friday, we will show you our facilities and you'll see our high technology projects. Thank you.